Say hi, Brenda. Brenda, you're on camera. Brenda, now's your moment to shine. Let it all hang out. Show everyone how talented you are. No, not tonight? Okay. Hello there. This is a video about Brenda the Brindle. I do realize that I've made a video about Brenda's history a few months back or several months back, but this is just another video that I wanted to do because I wanted to put up Brenda's DNA profile, which I had done over a year ago. It's been a while since I had her Embark DNA profile processed. And so I just wanted to do a quick little video giving you a little bit more history about Brenda's DNA profile. So I'm going to post her Embark DNA photo here, or I should say the Embark DNA results right here. I'm going to post it right here on the video, and just if you want to take a look at it so you can kind of see if you agree with the Embark results or if you think the results are a little askew. But personally, I was a little shocked at the bulldog percentage. You know, when I adopted Brenda from the Humane Society, they told me that she was a lab pit mix, which, you know, I understand the shelters aren't authorities on necessarily on dog DNA or, you know, what each individual dog happens to be. So I know that the workers there, they just basically give you a general guess as to what a particular breed may be or what a particular dog may consist of. So, but the DNA profile was a bit surprising when I received the Embark DNA results, and you know, I looked at the breakdown that the Embark gives you, and I was shocked at the bulldog, you know, because I never suspected bulldog in Brenda's DNA. Definitely bully breed. I can see the bully breed in her. You know, I can see pit bull and maybe Staffordshire Terrier, you know, and I can see the boxer mainly because of her color, and also just sometimes with the way her ears are and the shape of her head, I can definitely see the boxer and the pit bull and the cattle dog too. The cattle dog really presents itself when she's in certain instances when she stares at you a certain way, and when her ears are in a certain position, you can kind of see the cattle dog in her eyes, around the eyes and the muzzle area. I can definitely see the cattle dog in certain instances. But again, you know, the bulldog just threw me for a loop. I really was not suspecting bulldog, you know, but that's what the results say, and they say that bulldog is 18.5% of her DNA, which is the largest percentage. So there you go. But anyway, I think she's a neat looking dog. You know, I always liked the brindle dogs, and I'd never had a brindle, but I used to pet sit a few different dogs who were brindle dogs, and I really just love the brindle look, you know. So I always wanted to adopt a brindle and have a brindle. So when the opportunity to adopt Brenda arose, I jumped at the chance. So, and just to give you a little bit of a brief background, even though I know I covered this in the very first video that I posted on Brenda's channel, but when I adopted Brenda, I was living up in Washington State. I was living in Kelso, Washington, which is about 50 miles north of Portland. And I ended up driving all the way out to Moscow, Idaho, to the Humane Society of the Palouse, which is it's just over the Washington border into Idaho, it's spelled Moscow, but I know they pronounce it differently up there. I think it's Moscow or Muskov or something like that, but it's spelled Moscow. So anyway, that I made the like 320-mile drive one way. So I went up and back. I went up, met Brenda, spent a little bit of time with her, decided to adopt her, did the paperwork, and then drove back home. So it was a long day. It was like, you know, obviously 320 miles up and then 320 miles back. So that was a long day. So that's how that went. And Brenda and I have been a partnership ever since then. And that was in May of 2021. So it'll be 3 years coming up this May. So, and she's about 3.5, or actually They said that she was about a year. They said she was about a year old in May of 2021. But I actually think she was younger than that. I think she was probably about 9 months, maybe, because she was still a little bit too puppy-like to be a full year. So I just sort of estimate that she was probably around 9 or 10 months when I adopted her. So realistically, her birthday is probably around my birthday, which is in August. So she may be turning 4 years old, maybe around August 2024. But I just say May, because I adopted her on May 15th, and I just peg her 1 year birthday on May 15th. But realistically, it's probably a little bit later than that. It's probably around August or so. But she's about 3.5 now, so obviously she's going to be turning 4 later this year. So that's just our little story, and she's been quite the dog so far. She's been a handful though. She has quite a bit of anxiety. She's a very fearful dog. She gets spooked easily. She doesn't like loud noises. She hates fireworks. She doesn't like, basically anything loud just startles her. Whether it's a loud motorcycle, whether it's a car backfiring, whether it's someone just driving by playing their music too loudly in their car, or someone shutting their car door too loudly, or someone dropping a container or something. I mean, she just does not like loud noises. And obviously thunderstorms scare her to death. And she actually ran off a few times during a thunderstorm. And that's that's a whole other story that I'll probably talk about at some other point. But overall, I mean, it's been a lot of fun having Brenda. I love her to pieces, but she does get on my nerves at times, and she can be a major pain in the you-know-what. And but I'm making it work, and we've traveled all over together, and she's been an excellent companion. She's been a lot of fun, she's a lot of love. She's a very loyal dog and very affectionate, and I'm glad to have her. And I'll just do a little bit of a close-up here. Right, girl? Can I do a close-up of you so they can see your DNA a little closer? See if they can see the bulldog in you, the 18.5% bulldog. But there you go. She's got the face, she's got the bully influence, and the Chesapeake Bay Retriever she obviously has some of the retriever coat, and she's got the longish sort of legs, and the tail is what it is, but she's got that beautiful brindle color, and that's it. So see if you agree with what Mr. Embark says or not, or if you think maybe there was a mistake made. But I think the breakdown's probably pretty accurate, but again, the bulldog just sort of threw me for a loop. What do you think, girl? Do you feel like a bulldog? I actually gave her half of a Benadryl tablet about 20 minutes ago because she's been having some sniffles and her nose has been running, and I think she has some seasonal allergies just like I do. So I gave her half a Benadryl, and I think it might be kicking in right now, which is probably pretty good because she gets kind of anxious in the evening because there's lots of wildlife around here. Even though we live in this little town, there's still a lot of wildlife that come out at night. There's deer, there's raccoon, there's possums, there's all the little critters that start coming out, and she can sense when they're there. So every evening she starts to get anxious. She starts to pace back and forth, and she starts climbing the walls and whimpering a little bit as she moves around because she wants to go outside and investigate. But that can get kind of annoying. So I think the Benadryl might be helping out in that regard. What are you doing? You don't want to sleep in your own bed? You have two of them. You don't just have one, you have two. And you have a that nice big one there in the back. I mean, that's a luxury bed. And then this one here in the front's not too shabby either. And then she's got some toys here. But no, she likes the human version of the bed. And that's not much of a bed anyway, because we're still not decided whether or not we're going to stay here for any length of time here in Fort Scott. So we're basically just using a temporary bed, which is basically a glorified air mattress, but it's actually not bad. It's actually pretty comfortable. and it's nice, and it gets nice and firm, and it has quite a bit of support. So it's actually downright comfortable, and it's serving its purpose. And as you can see, Brenda is a fan of even a rudimentary human bed. So she's definitely not averse to human creature comforts. Right, girl? And I don't blame you for that. I don't blame you, right? Okay. Have you had enough? I think you're tired now, right? Okay. Well, that's about it. This is going to be the end of Brenda's second introductory video, the more in-depth introductory video, and we are going to sign off. Take care.